There's an amazing and disheartening study that was just released on the issue of race, and it's from a post-doctoral fellow at Stanford's psychology department. And they wanted to find out how white people feel about a racist criminal justice system that looks at blacks and whites doing the exact same crimes and punishes black people harsher. So they devised this experiment. Quote, white people were asked to watch one of two videos containing mugshots. In one video, 25% of the mugshots were pictures of black men, while in the other video, 45% of the mugshots depicted African-American males. After watching the video, the subjects were then asked whether they would sign a petition calling for one of California's strictest sentencing laws to be eased. Now, that's an absolutely brilliant experiment they came up with, because it's a way to essentially determine and verify subconscious or subliminal racism and to measure it. So what was the result? Quote, over half of the participants who'd seen the mugshots with fewer black men signed the petition, whereas only 27% of people who viewed the mugshots containing a higher percentage of black inmates agreed to sign. Wow. So when there are more black mugshots, they go, yeah, let's keep those laws strict. When there are fewer black mugshots and more white mugshots, they go, oh, loosen up these crimes here. Oh, that's so gross. Now, in the second experiment, quote, two groups were shown different statistical data about the racial makeup of the prison population. One group was shown data including that 40% of prisoners are black, while the other group was shown that 60% are black. Once again, the group that was led to believe that fewer people in the criminal justice system are African Americans were more likely to support liberalizing criminal justice policies. In this case, they were asked if they would sign a petition calling for the end of New York City's stop and frisk policy. 33% of the subjects who were led to believe that fewer African Americans are incarcerated were willing to sign the petition. Only 12% of the other group were willing to do so. Okay, sweet Jesus. So the sad conclusion is, and they actually say this, quote, if you are white and you are presented with evidence that our criminal justice system disproportionately targets black people, then you are more likely to support harsh criminal justice policies. They continue, quote, many legal advocates and social activists assume that bombarding the public with images, statistics, and other evidence of racial disparities will motivate people to join the cause and fight inequality, but we found that, ironically, exposure to extreme racial disparities makes the public less responsive to attempts to lessen the severity of policies that help maintain those disparities. So, in other words, white people, according to the study, are pretty fucking racist. Sorry, the truth hurts sometimes. But look, it's the study speaking, not me. I mean, think about that, man. That's incredible. What they're saying is, when you tell a group of white people, dude, this criminal justice system is fucking racist. Black people, white people use drugs at the same rate. Black people are arrested 4 times more often for drug use. What do white people do? Actually, yeah, do the harsh sentences. We'd really appreciate that. But the second that you show the white people it's more white people getting arrested, they go, oh, this is an outrage. How dare you have these extreme sentences? Lessen the sentences. But it's the same crime. The only difference is the skin color of the people that get locked up. And in one case, you want them to get locked up, and the other one you don't. The only difference is the skin color. So what is changing your mind about how harsh the sentence should be? It would have to be the skin color by logical deduction. God, what an amazing study this is. But it proves yet again a theme we hammer on every single day. People are tribal by their nature, right? And these white people are like, if they're white, yeah, let's protect them. If they're black, fuck them. Who cares? That's unbelievable, man. Like, how do they not realize how stupid that is? Like, you're an idiot if you think like that. You're just not intelligent if you think like that. Because you're not actually looking at the actions of an individual and judging them objectively. You're looking at the actions and then the arbitrary thing of skin color and saying, well, if your skin is the color I don't like, I'm going to punish you harsher. That's like saying, well, if your fingernails are longer than the other person's and you do the same action, well, you're worse. The action was worse when you did it because you have longer fingernails. That doesn't make any sense. Or this person ate more ham sandwiches than that person and they committed a crime, the same crime each. Well, I'm going to punish the guy who ate more ham sandwiches more because he ate more ham sandwiches. But that's irrelevant to the conversation at hand. What is the crime and what should the punishment be? Why are you factoring in shit that doesn't matter? Oh my God, it's absolutely amazing, man. And look, the final thing I'll say on this real quick is, this reminded me of an article I read from, I think it was Think Progress, but it might have been somewhere else, where they went into the history of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and how originally Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid were only for white people because they were implemented getting rid of segregation, right? So black people were still pretty much officially second-class citizens. So these programs only applied to white people. Well, when black people eventually were able to get those programs because, the civil rights movement and, the long fight to actually give them equal rights, at least on paper, and they actually were allowed to get Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, white people switched on a dime. The support was like virtually 100% in the white community when it was just other white people getting Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. But when black people started to get it, now all of a sudden they started viewing it as, moochers, parasites, welfare queens, stealing our money, this isn't right, this is terrible, and the approval rating of those programs dropped. Isn't that amazing? All that mattered to them was the color of the skin of the person taking it. If you're white, it's fine. By all means, we love these programs. If you're black, you are the other. And we don't want you taking it, and you're a fucking parasite, and you're a bad person. Man, we got a long way to go in terms of becoming more rational. White people, get your fucking shit together. We love to think that, oh, no, it's cool, we're high-minded and this and that. No. Look, the history of America, let's call it what it is, especially the white history of America, is fucking savage. Between doing the Native American genocide and westward expansion and Trail of Tears and then doing slavery for 250 years and then not allowing black people to vote and treating them not equally or fairly and not allowing women to vote and not even allowing white males that weren't landowners to vote, right? And then, time goes by, we get slightly more enlightened, but still, as this study proves, we got a long way to go because when it comes down to it, we're all fucking apes deep down, which is why we're so tribal and so stupid. We need to rise above and we need to start thinking more.